Hello there, ladies. My name is Trevor. I am a certain height tall, and I'm here to tell you that I am single and ready to mingle. Uh, I have, I have a Ivysaur amiibo and a Bulbasaur plushie that I got from Hot Topic five, six, 5 or 6 years ago. And if that does not make you be like, man, that's a hot boy right there, then I don't know what will, dude. I like to play Terraria and Minecraft. I'm very cool. I spend a lot of time animating, like a lot of time animating. And if you think, man, that's real cool beans, then I got news for you. I am ready to have hugs and chugs and mugs. You know it. Hit me up at 1-800.com. I'm so lonely. Please send help. Please. Thank you. As of very recently, I have decided I would like to get a girlfriend. Here is my reasoning. Number 1, I spend an unhealthy amount of time drawing. Number 2, I need someone else to do an unhealthy amount of drawing with. Number 3, that's a lie. She doesn't need to necessarily draw the entire time. Number 4, actually scrap number 2 and 3. She just needs to be there and exist. Number 5, I need someone to hear my Lich impression because it's really good. And number 6, my cat doesn't have the ability to understand human speech and therefore can't understand my issues. Number 7, it's hard to tell your issues to someone you call Poopy Vet. And number 8, I need someone to listen to my explanation of why Dino Run is the best video game ever and has the best soundtrack ever. No re, and Brayden is getting sick of hearing about it. And last but probably least, I'm getting old. As of now, I'm 18. I spent almost all of my teenage years honing my skill in the ways of the blade. That's just drawing an animation, but with a metaphor of blade. And trying to make enough money to go to college, and thus have neglected the basic need for human connection. Roughly 1/5 of my life is gone now, and all I have to show for it is a box of drawings in a basement that I'll never show anyone. And so, I have decided to place my aim on a new goal. Getting a Minecraft GF. And given how my sentiment is likely somewhat common, I've decided to make a complete breakdown of how to get a girlfriend and also relationships. This might work for boys too, but I don't like boys that way. So people who are attracted to boys, please tell me how this goes for you in the comments. I need you to feed the YouTube algorithm for my own personal gain. Step 1. Remove the barriers between you and getting a hot Minecraft GF. Remember, the only thing stopping you is likely yourself. So once you get rid of the self-made barrier, you can do just about anything. You must ask, why am I sad? And the answer is cause you don't eat the crust off the pizza, you big scoundrel and goofy. So eat that pizza crust. If you don't, you're wasting calories, and that's not very good. Step 2. Find a girl that you like. Sure, looks are nice, but what's nicer is that you enjoy talking to her. Make sure you have common interests and all that, and whatever, and the rest of the stuff. But most importantly, make sure she enjoys the Dino Run original soundtrack because you'll be talking about that a lot. Step 3. Build up the nerve to say those magic words.
No.
Why is your face like that?
I'm gonna go.
By now, she'll definitely have passed out from how attractive you are, as is the curse of being too cool. On the off chance she doesn't pass out and say no, well, I hate to say this to ya, you're gonna die alone. Happens to the best of us, really. It's just because you don't eat the crust. Hate to say it, it's your fault. Better luck next time, kiddo. In step 4, have a great time playing Super Smash Bros. And there you go, that's how you get a girlfriend. Or at least, that's how it should go. Every time you get to this step, your brain just says, yes, I see. So I see you're trying to ask your girl on a date. Well, if you'll please, that's rude. Rude people are bad, don't be rude. By the way, you suck. Give me $1 million. And then nothing happens. And it's funny because this is a binary interaction. Either she says yes, or she says no. Or she says ew. If she says ew, that's just the end. Give up before you completely destroy your already broken dignity. And I think it's this fear that creates a sort of wall between you actually getting into a relationship. Because let's be honest, when you like someone that way, you're faced with a dilemma. Either tell them and potentially get slam dunked into the big sad, or don't, and never have to face basketball terminology altogether. Is this highly aversive behavior? Yes. Is it a genuine issue that needs to be addressed in order to achieve Super Smash Bros. And chill? Of course. But does this stop your brain from doing it?
No.
Despite this, I see 14-year-olds casually walking down the street being all cutesy. I'm just left thinking, you can't even drive. You don't pay taxes or go to work or do anything. You play Fortnite on your iPad on the bus and eat Cheerios in the back of the class, and yet still, you've somehow managed to bypass everything I've been talking about. You've never even thought about death. You've never been faced with your own mortality. This isn't fair. I'm calling the police. Yes, police? I found a child who's better at something than I. Oh, hey, Jim, how's it going? Yeah? How's the kids? Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, what am I up to? Oh, I'm just over-exaggerating an issue on the internet. You know, yeah, that thing I do. Yeah, it's just the usual. Okay, I'll talk to you later. See you soon. Yeah, my bad. That was Jim. He's the policeman. Anyways, but from that, I got to thinking. Maybe there's just something I'm not getting. If little babies were over here, and they can get it, maybe there's something I missed while I was locking myself in my room for all these years. And so, I've decided to go where all the hip teens have run off to. The Tik Tok.
No, don't do that. That'd be really bad and make me real sad. No, don't do that.
The hell is this? Oh, I see. It's like if a douchebag and an emo kid had a baby. Why is he rubbing his chin? Please put your tongue back in your mouth, sir. Oh. Oh, sorry about that. I just needed to wash these. They've been blemished by sin. But that experience, though traumatic, did teach us something valuable. When I eavesdrop off on people at school, some girls seem to find this attractive. By breaking down these so-called EBoys, we can potentially learn something from their heinous behavior. So if you'll excuse me... Alright, the basic anatomy of an EBoy. According to Google Images, the basic composition of an EBoy consists of a relatively skinny teenage male dressed in dark clothing. Their pants are often very well kept, except for the knees, which tend to be torn. Shoes seem to follow two extremes, either white flats or excessively tall boots. The shirt is also black, however sometimes the sleeves have white stripes. Furthermore, they seem to enjoy painting their nails colors like black and white. The final addition to their clothing looks like some sort of chain that hangs on the belt of their pants. There's also an odd obsession with earrings. The rest of the general style consists of a couple key features. For one, the hair tends to be long and slicked up, or it's in a hat like a beanie. That, or is colored and styled in a literally edgy sort of way that I can't find the correct vernacular to competently describe. They seem to enjoy wearing makeup, and there's always a generally bored facial expression. I shouldn't neglect to note that there's always a strange commonality of one or more facial markings, typically a heart that goes on their cheeks. I have no idea what this means, and it confuses me. Finally, their pose tends to be either neutral or lax. Sometimes they rub their chins or stick their tongues out. On to the actual analysis, their choice in clothing seems to be a sort of evolution of gothic trends from the 90s and early 2000s, drawing themes from boy bands like The Cure and the emo style. As their clothing is often highly unfunctional, it being ripped in many areas where you wouldn't want it to be, like the knees, and the choice in shoe wear, which is not fit for quick movement or moving through suboptimal environments, the loose chain would also get in the way, and so would too with the makeup and the jewelry, we can conclude that the functionality is not the intention behind the design. Instead, I've come to drawing the conclusion that it's less about being functional and more about making a statement. That statement being a rebellious one saying, I don't abide by your societal expectations, for I am a free and original man. Now please, let me follow this fashion trend that I found online. This would also explain the high contrast in the black and white color scheme and the attraction towards makeup they seem to have, as this would make them stand out more. Now you may be asking, what do I think about this? And, well, is this what you want? That's like a nasty little hot topic, Varmin. It looks gross. What can I say? It's gross. Is this it? Is this what I need to get a girl to play Super Smash Bros. With me? Probably not. I think that if a girl wants you to dress up like a member of Linkin Park, then she probably isn't the right girl for you. If someone is trying to change how you act on a fundamental level, you likely aren't compatible in the long term. I hate to break it to you, bud. And if they dress like the female variant of the EBoy, aka the EGirl, well, this is a non-discriminatory channel. Get out of the studio before I get out the pesticide! But really, even though we're however long in this video, we're still in the first part of asking a girl to play Minecraft with you. This is all just the basic attraction you have to someone. And I know what you're thinking.
Travis, those are all just the things on the outside. What really matters is what's on the inside. Are you aware?
And this is true. Here's why I partially disagree. As mentioned numerous times on the channel, and a couple seconds ago, I really enjoy character design. I say this because I think I have something to say about one's
aesthetic.
So when you look at a good design, you can tell a lot about what a character is about. This is why we conclude that the E-people are nasty little vermin due to the edgy and often unfunctional style that they seem to follow. And I think you can extend this philosophy to real people. For example, if you see someone that wears a lot of makeup, you can probably tell that they care a good amount about their appearance. On the contrary, if you see someone who looks incredibly sleep deprived and like they got out of bed 3 seconds ago, they probably go to sleep at a very late time or have difficulty sleeping. And are massive cuties! Now this is all very superficial, but also very telling, because every piece of information is valuable, and may be helpful in the future. Except for the vast majority of the news, a lot of that is just poopy garbage. But anyways, now here's a practical example. Let's say you're into a girl that enjoys sports. I don't know why you'd be into a girl that enjoys sports, but everyone has bad opinions. Anyways, so you see her wearing a jersey of one of your favorite sports teams. Well, now you have a potential conversation starter, and more importantly, something in common. And of course, judging someone's character by their appearance is sometimes not cash money. And sometimes you'll dislike someone a lot until you start talking to them. But now I'm starting to sound like an elementary school teacher, and let's just get to the point. All that junk is secondary. What's more important is that you enjoy being around the person. And that's not, oh, I just really like how she speaks in the Skeletor voice when we go through the McDonald's drive-thru. Okay, that's a bad example. That's hot. That's really hot. But you know what I mean. You gotta like being around them. And that seems obvious, but in most of the relationships I've seen, they only like each other some of the time. And yes, most of my friends are moody teenagers. And yes, my parents are divorced. And I don't think it's supposed to be like that, because in all their successful relationships I've seen, they like each other almost all the time. Really, they're more just like close friends than the romanticized version of the romantic partner we see in like, high school movies and all that. So I thought of a brand new method of forming relationships, and quite a sciencey one at that I think will help illustrate my point. This is a more organic method than the previous one, and from the information I've gathered, a more surefire way to having a successful relationship. It's called the friends first method. Pretty much following the reasoning that if you think you can be friends with them, then you'll probably be much better off in the long run. And using either method, the friends first method, or whatever the hell I was talking about in the first place, there's one more thing you need to consider: making a connection with someone. I don't know about you, but getting to know people is, in my opinion, not fun. See, I'm the type of person that can go on for hours having someone talk to me, like, there's a 1-to-9 split between me talking and them talking. But the second they try to get to know me, I'm really worried that, like, this'll happen.
Ooh, what is this? D?
Never again. And this is a big ol' issue, because if you're going to be spending a significant amount of time with this person, they'll eventually what's seen in the metaphorical box, and by keeping it closed, you're really just slowing down the process. And to those of you who have no problem opening your metaphorical box, first off, I'd like to say, good for you. Second off, have you no shame? Okay, but yeah, heavy-handed metaphors aside, I just think it'd be really nice to have that special someone. Someone to go on walks with, play video games with. Hugging looks pretty good, not nearly as good as YouTube and jammies, but still, somebody you just enjoy spending time with. And I'm gonna be honest, this is the third draft of the conclusion, and I've recorded this section, like, 5 times. The last one was all sappy, and I was just like, ugh, every time I tried to record it. So I'll just end it here, alright? Is love real? I don't know. Probably. And I hope so. I'll see you later. I'm gonna die alone.